If you want to buy a laptop, there are some criteria for buying a suitable one, which we talk about some of them in this video. Consider the cost of buying a laptop. First of all, you should check your financial ability to buy a laptop and see how much you intend to spend to buy. When you specify the cost, many choices will be removed, either higher or lower, so the selection task becomes easier here. The size of the laptop is very important. Although low-cost mini laptops, once one of the most popular in the PC market, have become extremely scarce in the last 2 years, this does not mean eliminating personal laptop with a small 10 to 12-inch screens. Before you buy a laptop, you need to determine what screen size is right for you and what you are going to do if you intend to have a laptop everywhere like a personal due date. Laptops with a screen of 10 to maximum of 15 inches is suitable for you. But if you do not intend to move a laptop much, you can also think about buying laptop with a size of 17 inches and higher. So choosing the right size of laptop depends to some extent on your needs and circumstances. It is necessary to mention that you must also pay attention to the weight of the laptop. High-weight laptops are not a good option for transportation and outdoor use. Subscribe our YouTube channel to watch the rest of this video and more. The processor power of any computer device depends on the CPU of those devices. If you use a laptop for heavy work such as games, graphics, and the like, you need a strong processor. But if you need to browse the web, read books, listen to music, and watch movies, you need to buy a laptop with a processor that is not very powerful. You do not have strong and advanced features. Usually, the higher the CPU power, the higher the laptop battery consumption. Atom series processors are very cheap processors with very poor performance, and Pentium and Celeron processors are also among the series of cheap and low performance processors. We suggest that even if you are going to use a laptop for normal work, do not go for a laptop that has a very weak processor. At least use the Core M5 and Core M7 series. But if you are going to buy a laptop, use the appropriate processors and look for Core i7, Core i5, or Core i3 processors. The higher the internal memory of the laptop, the more information is stored on the laptop. It is better to look for laptops that use SSD technology in the hard disk to buy a laptop. SSD memory is much faster than regular memory, so combining the two can be very useful. Try not to buy a laptop with less than 500 GB of internal memory. The more RAM a laptop has, the faster it is and the more program it can load. If you are going to do normal work, do not consider the amount of high RAM. But if you are going to do heavy work, be sure to consider high RAM when buying a laptop. 1 GB and 2 GB RAMs are low-end RAMs. 4 GB RAMs are mid-range RAMs, and 8 GB and 16 GB DDR4 RAMs are high-end RAMs. The laptop either uses a separate or integrated graphics processor. As the name implies, the integrated graphic card is located inside the CPU and its memory is shared with the CPU. A separate graphic card has a dedicated standalone memory called video memory or VRAM. If you want better performance from the laptop and its graphic card, a separate graphics card is suitable. The amount of VRAM between the separate graphics card is between 2 and 8 GB. But if you want to do normal things, you do not need to use a separate graphics card to buy a laptop. When buying a laptop, the screen and its specifications will definitely be one of the most important criteria for your choice. For people who do not do very specific things with the laptop, the difference between the Core i5 and Core i7 processors may not matter, but the display will be important for all people and groups. The display will show you all the results, and practically no one has been able to work with a computer without a screen. Therefore, when buying a laptop, you should also pay attention to the screen and choose the right screen according to the use you make of your laptop. Here are some things to look for when selecting your laptop screen. Resolution or image resolution, touch or non-touch screen, screen size, screen brightness, matte or glossy screen, and laptop screen viewing angle. Many laptop buyers do not pay much attention to ports and USB ports, but after working with their laptops for a while, they will realize that they need ports that feel very empty. Obviously, they just didn't know these interfaces or ports very well. We emphasize again that if you intend to buy a laptop only for ordinary tasks such as reading books or watching movies, you do not need to use a special port. But if you intend to do a specialized work, you should also pay special attention to this option. An essential point in ports on a laptop that is required for any kind of work is to have at least 3 USB ports, and one of them is USB Type-C. Also, if you need to use DVDs and CDs in most cases, the laptop you buy must have an optional and optical drive. Otherwise, you can do your case with external optical drives. The battery can store the required energy for your laptop device so that the device can be used without power connection. If you are going to use a laptop outdoors or at work when you do not have access to electricity, you should definitely pay special attention to the battery charge maintenance when buying a laptop. Determine for yourself what kind of brand and appearance you want to buy a laptop. Of course, Asus, Lenovo, HP, MSI, Dell, Apple, Sony, Toshiba, and Acer brands are among the main brands in the market, and each has different prices of the same type in the same hardware specifications, based on the strength of its brand. For example, an Apple laptop with Lenovo in a similar hardware condition have a specific price difference.